Hi, today we're going to use Gamma AI to create presentations. This app is going to help you if you have a predefined text that you want to put into a presentation, or if you want to generate the text yourself. So we're going to test out both options today. So let's get started. I'm here in the dashboard of the Gamma app. You can search it by going to gamma.app. And I created a free account there, and it gave me 400 credits that I can play around with before purchasing their subscription. I will go here on create new AI, and here we can either paste text, we can generate without any context, or we can import a file or URL that can enhance our documents, presentations, or web pages. I'll go into generate, and here we have a conversational prompt where we can ask AI to generate us a presentation based on our topic. So let's use one of these example prompts in this tutorial. I will shuffle them and let's go for this physics of sound teaching. I will select the number of cards that I want, so let's say 7 cards. I will select the format of the page to be default and the language should say English. As you can see, we have options to create presentation, web page, document, or social media posts. Our use case is going to be presentation, so let's click here and generate the outline. This is going to be about the physics of sound, which I'm not really knowledgeable about, but as you can see, it gave us a good overview of what is sound, what are sound waves, key properties of sound waves, how we perceive sound, real-world applications and experiments, and why you should study sound physics. Then when we scroll down, we have the text content option. We can choose between minimal, concise, detailed, and extensive. So this is going to adjust the amount of text that's going to be shown on the card. I will keep it at minimal for this presentation. Then we can choose different themes here. And I like this one with the green. It looks kind of futuristic. And if you want, you can also go here and view more templates. And you can have a better preview of how they look like. Then for the image source, we can have AI images, stock photos, web images, illustrations, GIFs, image placeholders, without images, or accent images. So I would set it to automatic to see what can it come up with. It's going to search both stock footage websites, it's going to generate some of the images, it's going to use some GIFs maybe. So let's see what can it come up with. This is the editor, and as you can see, we can see in real time how the presentation is being filled. Okay, and it was done in less than a minute. So this is how the presentation looked like. You can come here and present it. What is sound? The 3 essential components, sound waves comparison. And it has a really good layout with all of these different cards. The AI understood what the text is all about and decided whether we're going to have multiple bullets here, whether we want to present something with an image, whether we want to split text into multiple sections. So it looks good for something that was made in 2 minutes. Now let's see how can we customize it. When we click on card styling here, we can change the layout. We can have it without the image. We can have the image on the left. I like it like this. We can change the color of the card. I'll keep it as it was. We can change the accent image by clicking on edit, and we can also do a generative prompt. So let's search for sound wave. And we can automatically enhance it. We can select the aspect ratio, the style. I will choose the photorealistic one. We can change the model here. Image count, I will select 1, and let's generate it. This is still too futuristic to me, so let's search for sound speaker. And let's enhance it. Let's generate. And this looks much better. I like it. So we can leave it as it is. We can also change whether a card is going to fill out the full room of the page. We can change the content alignment, the card width. We can add a backdrop or remove it. And we have card headers and footers. And if we add that, it will add logos, watermarks, text, or anything that you want to add on all of the slides. We can also duplicate cards, copy card links, copy them, export them, and delete them. And when we click on this button, Edit with AI, we can give it a prompt on how we want to change it. So let's try out a new layout. This was one of the suggestions. But I still like the first one the most, so I will keep it like that. Then here on the right side, you can add different elements. You have titles, headings, tables, note boxes, toggles, buttons, code blocks. You can add anything on the cards, or you can add additional new cards that you can fill in with those. So let's add a blank card here. And you can also press the slash button to access them faster. And for example, let's add a QR code, and then you need to put the URL to it. Let's say google.com, insert QR code, and there you go. You can adjust the sizing. You can add some text here, text. And here when you scroll through other options, you can access all of the things that we can find in search, but it's just organized better. And if you don't like how the theme looks like after the presentation is done, you can always go into theme and select a different theme, and it will update it in just a few seconds. This was a more experimental example, but I will show you a real use case on how you can actually use it. So let's say you have a PDF that you want to turn into a presentation, and you have the text, maybe 2 pages of text that you want to turn into presentation slides. We can go into this paste in text option, and then we can paste in our text. So let's go to ChatGPT and let's generate a dummy input that we can place into a presentation. Hi, I'm working with Gamma AI, and I want to create a presentation for sound designers so they can better understand what sound is. Can you please prepare a 2-page PDF that I can copy into it so it can create a presentation based on that? And it exported it as PDF, which reminds me that we can also use this import file or URL option, and we can just upload the file here. So let's click here, find our PDF, and import it. By the way, this is how our PDF looks like. And we can go and press continue. And I will leave the markdown formatting as it is because Gamma understands it. And let's keep it on minimal. Let's generate 6 cards in this style, and let's press generate. Okay, I like the design of it much better than the previous one. The layout looks clean, the images are consistent, they have a similar vibe, and it turned the PDF text into a ready-to-use presentation. If you're working with lots of presentations, this is going to save you lots of time importing all of the text, adding images, creating layouts. It's not going to export it perfectly every single time, but you can fine tune it. You can use AI, you can use different card stylings as I already mentioned, and you can get pretty good results in a very fast time. So that was it for this video. I hope you gained some value from it. If you have additional questions, leave them below this video. And if you want to work at a one-on-one, schedule the discovery call to get started. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a great day.